We all want to feel better, feel more vitality, flow, and inner peace in our waking life. A part of our mind believes that if we can just create the right outer circumstances, we will have that feeling of happiness, vitality, flow, peace, and power. Michael Singer, in his books such as The Untethered Soul and The Surrender Experiment, reminds us that the desire to control the outer world is like a hamster wheel, spinning but producing no real results. In this video, I'll share what Singer and many other spiritual teachers reveal as the fastest, most effective path to inner culture change, or revealing the peace, power, wisdom, and flow that is already there. Let's start with some basics. There's a you in there that sees all with love and interest. Some call this the core self, the witness, the soul, and so many other names, but it is a part of you, the real you, the core you that is pure awareness and is one with all that is. Perhaps you've become aware of the witness. I had my first vivid awareness of the witness consciousness one day in a walking meditation. The meditation was very simple. Relax into the awareness of being aware. I relaxed and surrendered because there was so much going on in my life that surrender, total surrender, was my only and best option. And for the first time I moved into that awareness, where I could see my ego mind at work while experiencing the present moment, oneness with all that is, and I understood the phrase, I am, experientially. Ego mind? Yes, most of us are very aware of how our mind works. The fact that our core self sees our thoughts means that we are not our thoughts. But what produces those thoughts, I call this part of ourself, the ego mind, because it's useful, and often becomes a hindrance because it seeks to avoid pain, seek pleasure, creates thoughts, suggests desires to make you feel better. Honestly, it believes that I'll be happy when, uses past experience to know how to avoid pain, seek pleasure, peace, and happiness, in control your outer world, leverages fear, makes comparisons to get your attention. What's not to like about the ego mind that wants to do all these good things? The ego mind wants to drive, not advise. Have you ever noticed a fear that was real only in your mind? Have you ever gotten what you wanted, only to start to fear that you'll lose it? Have you ever felt stuck because your mind kept reacting to a trigger that no longer existed in the present moment? Felt despair at conditions in the world over which you have little or no control, but have created an inner environment of despair? Don't let the ego mind drive you. Treat it like a child, with love, but never hand the keys to car over to it. Let's talk about the fastest path to moving back into the core self, where so many natural good things already are. This is simple, but not easy from the standpoint of ego. Let me explain. We return the core self to the driver's seat by releasing or surrendering the emotionally charged thoughts, desires, and emotions. Let fear go. When we do, we experience more flow, healing, wisdom, and peace, because we're allowing that part of our being to drive. David Hawkins taught that surrender is to allow all the energy of ego to be as it is, as you would allow a butterfly to stay in your open hand or fly away. Let it be. In this state of surrender, we act only with surrendered excellent action, not controlling the outcome but focusing on excellence in the process. Those of you who have experienced this surrendered state, share your thoughts in the comments. My experience is that it opens up energy my ego mind didn't know it had. My first experience was in a direct sales role. I wasn't doing well and hated my job. I gave myself 2 weeks to either get traction or move on. I let go of all my sales goals and just worked, knowing that the results would come from a place beyond me, higher than me. And my job was to offer my most excellent work without attachment. Within a week, my sales improved by 700%. This trend continued as I worked in this surrender excellence mode, knowing that a higher power was on the hook to deliver, while my role was to offer my best. Students of the law of attraction and teachers such as Neville Goddard will see and understand my experience as moving into the vortex of manifestation. Self-improvement and personal development accelerate when we relax back into our core self. Dispenza teaches that healing, and creating from a place deeper than our beta mind is much easier. Beta refers to the frequency of a very active mind, while alpha and theta are deeper states of awareness where we have access to the basic programming of our ego mind. We move into greater energetic leverage when we release, relax, and offer our energy in surrendered excellence. The ego mind goes to great lengths to keep you spinning on the hamster wheel of "I'll be happy when," the need for approval of others, and so many other fear traps. Don't hate the ego mind for doing what it is designed to do. Treat your ego mind as you would a cranky toddler, with love and firmness. You might acknowledge the ego mind with, "Someone is feeling a bit cranky right now." De-energize thoughts by letting them go. You don't have to engage in fear-based thoughts. Relaxing into the core self is where speaking core realities gets powerful. In core self, we are already powerful, whole, peaceful, and wise. Affirming core self truths acknowledges the reality of this state of being. I am wise. The core self knows this as a fact, and speaking it helps the ego, mind, and body also come to know it. In summary, there's a you in there that wants to feel better. We all do. Relaxing into the core self and operating from there opens up energy for healing, dealing, and transformation not available in the ego mind. We move back into the core self by releasing or surrendering and relaxing into the awareness of being aware. The ego mind will try to pull you back into the drama, and as you practice these simple but effective energy-shifting methods, you will experience more and more the natural peace, power, wisdom, and flow of the core self. And the world and your world will be better for it. If you got value from today's video, like the video and subscribe to the Change Capability Institute to see more content like this. Thanks for joining us today.